What's up, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing the 2019 Topps Big League Quarter Case, which is 5 hobby box break number 4. This is the end of the case that's taken, 6 months for me to go through. We're scheduled to start at 10:15. It is 10:03 right now. There are a bunch of teams still available. If anyone's interested, I'm going to list them in the chat. Just let me know whatever you want. We'll take care of it. If not, hey, whatever. We'll get it done. But we're going to try to start right at 10:15, or maybe even a minute or two early, just because these 5 small boxes have a lot of cards in them. So, and I want to try to, get through them at a fairly decent rate. So, I'm going to list everything up in the chat right now. And if you're watching the video and want to jump ahead about 10 minutes, then we'll get going. So thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, J-Raz, I got a bunch of teams. Let me list them here. No, the Cubs are gone. Just give me 1 second. I just want to double check my list and make sure it's right, because like half the teams didn't sell, which I'm not really surprised about, but just let me make sure I got the right ones. I don't want to be giving away anyone's teams. I usually do them at $5 a piece, Raz, and the only thing I ask is if you're not in another break, like if you didn't get any other breaks tonight, you throw in $3 for shipping for, one time. Even if you buy 5 teams, I'd just give me $3 and it'll come close to shipping. It won't, but it'll cover some of it. If you want multiples, you want to buy a whole bunch of them, I'm sure we could figure out a deal on a whole bunch of them. I'm not really that worried about it. This is not, this is a cheap break. So, um, I'm sure I already made my money back. if if it was Bowman's best or something like that, I might, be a little different with it, but I don't care so much with this. And as you're about to see, there are a lot of them. Oops. All right, here we go. There's the list. So, like I said, we do them $5 each. If you're not in a break already, throw in $3 for shipping. If you are, don't worry about it. You paid for shipping with the other breaks. It's kind of a first come, first serve. So whoever hits me back with what teams they want, then they'll get it first. And I'll put up my PayPal. So there's my PayPal. You just write me back with which teams you're taking or which teams you want, and make payment. We're good to go. And like I said, we're gonna. All right, J-Raz, Giants, Phillies. You're in. Scott, I'm sorry, man. He beat you to the Giants and the Phillies. Oakland, obviously, you can take. I know it's just who types fastest, I guess. Oakland and the Cardinals. So, like I said, Scott, I didn't think I noticed your name tonight in anything else. I could be wrong. If you're not in anything else, throw in $3 for shipping. If you are, then don't worry about it, and you can just pay it right to the my address is right there. No, they're sold out. It's just it's a hot product, and you know what's weird about this time of year is you basically have for baseball anyway two main releases this month: draft and best. And yeah, I got it. Thanks, Jay. Um, and there's until Series One comes out in February. I mean, there's other stuff. Don't get me wrong, but they're kind of the main things. Draft is so expensive for some people. If you want to get into those, and especially in an auction, sometimes you're spending hundreds of dollars to get a spot in a case. Um, so best is kind of next one. So a lot of people are interested in best. Look, there's some really good value in best too. Um, even if you're paying, you know, I don't know, 40, $50 for like one of the better teams, like Oakland or not Oakland, I'm sorry, Baltimore or Detroit or whoever, Atlanta, you can get a lot of return value in it. So there's a ton of bids. If I showed you the amount of bids, like, it's so weird because I have a notification thing set up on my phone and I sit there at the computer and start filling in who's got what and whatever. My notifications, I'm telling you, I must get 1,000 notifications in an hour and a half of bids because there's so many. So just a lot of people bidding on it. And there's, like I said, there's not a lot out there to do. I mean, it's one of the reasons why, well, I didn't intend to have this big league this long, but as those of your regulars know, I was off for a while. I was in the hospital and stuff. Big League is one of those things I buy a case of it and I use it every once in a while because it's a fun, cheap break. But I've thrown it in the past couple of weeks, one to get rid of the case, but also just to give something else and something that's not, you know, so crazy expensive, you know. Just nice. 18. You know what? And Bowman's Best, the past few years have returned some serious value. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it at first, but I mean, obviously, if you're going to hit an Atlee Rutschman, you want it out of, drafts because they're selling for hundreds and thousands of dollars. But, a lot of times in the best, especially if you hold on to it a little bit, sometimes the value, like Yonder Alonso from last year, when Best came out, his autos were selling for like 80, $90. But if you're selling them now, they're selling for a couple $100 because there's just not as many around. Yeah, Scott, I know you've broken with me a lot, buddy. Sometimes it's the product too. You know me because you've broken with me a lot. I try to mix it up too, and do stuff that maybe not as many people are going to be interested in, but I'm still going to cover myself, like some of the blaster cases and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, Best is just a really, really hot product right now. That's all there is to it. And honestly, a Best is easier to get your hands on for me from distributors than draft is. Draft is they're kind of chintzy with draft a little bit. So I don't know. It's a faster break. I don't know. Again, I think you can get it at a better value, and that's what I try to look for a lot of the guys who break with me is good value breaks. I love draft. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I've spent God knows how much on it for myself, but some of those auctions are absurdly expensive, man. Like, and hey, if you hit, it's wonderful. You know what I mean? You get your money back, but it doesn't happen enough. That's for sure. All right. And, all right, guys. Scott, I got yours too. You're all set, buddy. All right. So, we do still have some teams left. If anyone's interested, we are going to get rolling here. Let me see who's left. Diamondbacks, Indians, Reds, Rockies. I know the Phillies, the A's, the Cardinals, and the Giants are all off the board. So they're $5 each if anyone's interested. If you're already in the break, it's just a straight $5. My PayPal's up there. If you're not in a break and you want to get in, I asked $3 one time for some help with some shipping. It doesn't cover all the costs, but it helps a little bit. If not, I'll just sit on the rest. This is the end of the case. I know last week's 5 boxes were not the best, so I'm hoping today we're gonna see some nice stuff out of these boxes here, and then we'll be done with Big League for the year, because I won't buy any more 19, that's for sure. But I'm sure I'll buy another case of 20 when it comes out. I do like having something to offer, that we can do it, 5, 10, $15 teams. It's and can get some stuff out of it. And we've gotten some good hits out of this case. We pulled a Tatis auto. I can't even remember because it was months ago when we did them, but um, yeah, what the hell? For $10, it's worth a shot, right? There's Trout in here. There's all kinds of people, Acuna, all kinds of people. So, all right, so we're gonna get cracking because there's a lot of cards in here to get through, and we got the other two breaks to do. So let's go over the teams real quick. Braves, Orioles. Okay, so I'll just be official of it. 2019 Topps Big League quarter case break number 4. Braves, Orioles, Red Sox are all Michael D. Cubs, Ken M. White Sox, Manuel N. Astros, Ryan G. Angels, Tim F. Dodgers, Ed K. Brewers, Ken M. Mets, Andrew D. Yankees, Manuel N. Oakland, Scott J. Oh, excuse me for a second. I've been fighting a cold a little bit, so if I'm coughing and hacking, bear with me. Phillies, Jonathan R. Cardinals, Scott J. Padres, Andrew D. Giants, Jonathan R. Mariners, Alex M. Rays, Tanner C. Blue Jays, Andrew D. And finally, Nationals, Billy H. All right, guys. Excuse me for a second. Let me get myself situated here. All right, let's do it. Good luck, everyone. So, as you guys know, if you haven't broken with me before, and most of you guys have, I don't you see a lot of new names in the best ones, but not this one too much. But we will ship all cards. We will, every pack comes with a gold parallel in it. For the most part, we sleeve those unless it's like, a good rookie or something like that. Then we'll top load them. But we try to be fairly generous. We top load all hits. Yeah, Alex, there's there's a ton. If you look in the chat there, the only thing off the board is the Giants, the Cardinals, the Phillies, and Oakland. So everything else is, still available. So if you're interested, just let me know. My email's there for PayPal, and there's a whole list there at the top. So, like I said, if you're interested, just let me know. We're gonna get rolling though. So, for any of you guys who were in the break last week, there's a Scherzer Gold. I found a card in there. It was called Ballpark Oddities, and I had never seen one of those cards before, so I looked it up, and it's just an insert, but they're really rare. There's like they're one every 500 packs. So one Soto Gold. I think it was Tampa Bay, and I know whoever got it, I sent it to him, I top loaded it and everything, but I did bring it up last week that I didn't know what the hell it was. And then when I looked it up, I was shocked that they were so rare because it wasn't anything special, but they're just fairly rare. So if we find one tonight, you know that they're a somewhat rare card. Luke Voigt, gold. Yeah, I've been fighting thing all week. I'll tell you what. In fact, give me 1 second here. My one of my son's friends was over on like New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve day, and this kid was hacking and coughing like a crazy person. And then like that night, I started up, and I actually been like fighting it all week. Ramirez gold, so I think I'm actually coming on the downside of it, but you know, just a head thing like sinus and chest, and nothing that put me down or anything like that. It just made me feel like crap for a couple days. So I'm sure my voice doesn't sound great. JD Martinez gold. Yeah, 1 in 465 or 485 or something like that. I know, it's crazy, right? And it's just a basic insert. I mean, there's nothing like really special about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. Nick Martini, rookie gold. Yeah, I didn't think I was that bad. And then, if you guys didn't see it, I did the giveaway video for last month. The Gleiber Gold, the Topps Chrome update I was giving away. I was talking about all month. I did that yesterday. I posted that video yesterday, and I was watching it back to make sure because I thought there was I don't know. I thought my internet was being a little weird. I thought there was like a break in it or something. And I was like, wow, I sound like shit. Jackie Bradley Jr. gold. Luis Castillo gold. You know how it is when you have kids around. I mean, my son's a teenager, but you know, his kids are like petri dishes, man. Priscilla Gold. I knew it too when we went out. We went to the Apple store. My son needed his phone fixed because he, you know, cracked it for like the 18th time, and I don't know, he had some friends over, so we all went to the Apple store together, and the kid was hacking all over me. I'm like, oh shit. Kevin Gausman gold. Buster Posey gold. So I know I always go over this, and most of you guys know this, but these Stat King cards that have the three guys on it. So unless there's a majority team, which in this case there is, like Arenado and Trevor Story, this card would go to the Rockies because they have two of the three. Otherwise, it's going to go to the guy on the left. And if it's numbered, if we find one that's numbered or whatever, then we'll do a random for it. You know, we'll roll the dice. So. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. gold. Kenley Jansen gold. Oh, there we go. First box for the Dodgers, Max Muncy. Big League autograph. Okay. The rookies are called Rookie Republic. That's what I wanted to see. Who's got the Dodgers? My man, Ed. Nice one. Nice Max Muncy there. See, this is why I like Big League. Now, of course, I don't want to jinx it and not get us anymore, but, you spend $8 on the Dodgers or whatever, or $6. Well, I don't know what they sold for, but, you come away with a nice auto, some nice cards. It's definitely worth a few bucks you throw down on it. My son was 2 years ago when I bought the first case. I bought a 2018 case, which honestly is one of the best places to look for like Otani and Acuna. They have them both in there, and again, they're cheap. I mean, you can buy 18 boxes for like $30. What the hell? It's worth a shot, right? My son thought I was crazy for buying it. He's like, nobody's gonna buy this. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need anyone to bid like $5 or $6 to cover myself. Stack Kings Gold, and behind that for Colorado, German Marquez, pitcher to 100. I don't know if anyone has the Rockies. No. Yeah, buddy, I got you, Ed. I'm on. Look, man, I try to have a hot hand for everyone. Let's keep it going for sure. All right, so look, because we got a bunch of teams that didn't sell. Most likely anything that hits from those teams that didn't sell, I'm going to send out to you guys anyway. So, like, if somebody gets this German Marquez to 100 in their pack, I don't want them to think like, oh, shit, he sent me this card by accident. Okay, so... it's not like I'm a Rockies fan and I need that German Marquez card or anything like that. There's one other thing in here, too, that I haven't brought up in a while. There are, and I know these are few and far between, James Paxton Gold. There are redemptions in here for mystery auto redemptions, but we know who they are, so they would go to that team. So there's a mystery auto A, which is Vlad. So again, I think somebody paid $6 for Toronto or whatever. Why not take a shot? So they'll automatically go to them. Rendon Gold. I know, like, if it was a new product and we didn't know who the player was, I would random it. But because we know who the player is, they'll go to those teams. So A is Vlad and B is Eloy. So if we happen to get lucky enough to pull one, it will go to those teams. Med Rosario Gold. There's an Eloy rookie right there. Oh, Howie Kendrick Gold. I feel like it's just a little bit. Brendan Crawford Gold. Stack Kings Gold. Excuse me, guys. Hey, there we go. There's a nice Pete Alonso Gold for the Mets. Andrew D. Nice one there. These are actually, again, I'm trying to remember back like 6 months from when I bought this, because I do, I'm not tooting my own horn. I do try to read up on all the products we do. I cannot stand breakers who don't know what they're breaking. It drives me crazy. I am pretty sure that this is a short print. the Pete Alonso. So nice one there for the Mets. If I remember what I read back in the day. I absolutely despise when I get home with a break and the guy's like, oh, and look, I've done it too. I did it with Best because I hadn't seen Best. But usually I at least go online, go to Cardboard Connection and read up on it. Franco Gold. And you get these guys like, oh, I don't know. I've never opened it. I have no idea. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it drives me crazy. Like, this is your business, man, you know? So anyway, I'm almost positive those Alonzos are short printed. Now, Zach Wheeler Gold. Now, a short print in Big League is not like a short print in, Heritage or whatever. But, you get you do get a few of them in there, but still, as a gold, I don't think we pulled a gold Alonzo out of this whole case. So, all right, box number 2. Good luck, everyone. Let's keep going. Josh Reddick Gold, and behind that, Speak of the Devil. All right, so Stat Kings to 100. We got Trey Turner with the Nationals, Billy Hamilton with the Reds, and Starling Marte with Pittsburgh. So nobody bought the Reds, and nobody bought Pittsburgh. So it's going to go to Billy. He had the Nationals. And here we go to 100. Zach Greinke Gold. Tawny. Who the hell is that? Irie Adriazana. God, I never even heard of this guy. Gold for the Twins. Sorry, wow, that's a tough one there. It's so weird. You think you know everyone. There's so many guys in baseball. It's crazy. Every once in a while, somebody comes out of a pack. I'm like, who in the world? Sometimes I think they're lying to us. They're just throwing people in there. Hunter Renfroe Gold. The guy I probably have like 75 autographs of. He's actually doing really well last year. I hope he keeps it up. He's a good player, Hunter Renfroe. The San Diego's got some players. They could start putting together some real good teams out there. Brandon Lowe rookie, nice one there. That poor guy, he would have been, the way he started the year last year, that Brandon Lowe, he would have definitely been in line for rookie of the year. It's a shame he got hurt. I'd be real interested to see how he does when he comes back this year, because that first month or two of the season, he was killing it. Andrelton Simmons Gold. Bonifacio Gold. So you guys watching the games today? That Titans or that Texans game was nuts. My God, I felt bad for Buffalo. I mean, I don't know who watched it, but I felt like Buffalo just tried to cruise through the second half. Like they kind of took their foot off the gas. Joey Wendell Gold. And man, you cannot do that in the NFL. You see that happen all the time. But it was a good game, that's for sure. I'm assuming that New England is winning because I don't hear it on downstairs, and As most of you know, I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a huge Eagles fan. Harper Gold. Um, my wife absolutely despises New England. So my wife is a huge, yeah, man. A couple weeks it's coming out. um, I would assume if they were losing, she'd be watching the game, but if they're winning, she probably turned it off. Tyler Austin Gold. And she's downstairs, but I can usually kind of hear the TV a little bit, and it doesn't sound like there's a football game on. So I could be wrong, but yeah, Topps Series 1 is what, 3 weeks? Every time we get those cases of, there's a Young Gomes Gold and another Max Muncy, black and white, 50, number 44 of 50. Nice one there for the Dodgers. I don't know if you guys have seen, but let me see if I have one here. In the cases of Bowman's Best, there is an ad poster for the silver packs for Series 1. Another Max Muncy, nice. Here, let me see if I have one here real quick. I know I have a bunch of them. So in the top of the box, you get these, Series 1 baseball promotional silver pack promotion things. And it's the 5th of February, so it's a month away. I mean, shit, baseball's... Tennessee's up by 1 in the 3rd. Oh, nice. Look, I mean, baseball's a month away, Spring training's be going in a month, so... Or coming close to it, anyway. 6 weeks. Mookie Betts, Gold. Baseball's tough, man, on major league players. I mean, I know they say that basketball's supposed to be like one of the hardest travel-wise. That's what I've heard anyway. Man, baseball's got a long season and a lot of games, man. It's crazy. Jose Martinez Gold. How they ever came up with that number of 162 games is beyond me, because I am a massive baseball fan. Obviously, I love everything about it, but even I get to the point in the season when you hit like after the All-Star break, like in August, and you're like, all right, this is really getting long now. Springer Gold. I mean, September's always great because you got some races heating up and see who's going to make it in and this and that. But August is a tough month to get through for baseball, because the teams who are out of it are usually not playing well. They know they're out of it, It's just, I wouldn't balk if they came out tomorrow and said we're going to play 125 games, Trey Mancini Gold, although that would mean they wouldn't make money, and of course that won't work. So, it's funny you say about Tennessee being up. I heard on the radio the other day that if New England were to lose, that would be because they lost to that horrible game last week. Kipnis Gold. And someone correct me if I'm wrong about this, but if they were to lose today, it'd be the first time they lost back-to-back home games since like 2006. That is insane. It's like 14 years. Jesus. New England, Schiebler Gold. It's I'm jealous of people who are New England fans. I wish any team I like could have as much success as they had, but they're like the evil empire of football. So it's funny because when they were talking about that Avisel Garcia Gold, yeah, it is. The Eagles have been playing really well the last 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks, and Seattle hasn't been playing as well, but, it's Russell Wilson, Stat King Gold. So, Lord knows. We'll see. Most people don't realize this unless you know the Eagles real well, but this is actually Carson Wentz's first playoff game because obviously the last 2 years he was hurt and Foles was playing quarterback. Zimmerman Gold. 2 years ago, Foles won the Super Bowl, and then Foles turned the team around last year when he got hurt because they were in pretty bad shape in in November, and then Foles took over, and they won a bunch of games in December and won a playoff game and whatever. But nobody expects them really to do it. I mean, people are expecting them to win tomorrow, Stat Kings Gold, and I kind of am too. I think it's going to be a very close game. But it is at home, and there are some advantages to that in the playoffs and this and that. I mean, if they lost too, I wouldn't be shocked or anything like that. But I do have a feeling they're going to win tomorrow. But beyond that, they're not going to go anywhere. They're so hurt. I've never seen a team have this many injuries in a season in my life. Laureano, rookie gold. I mean, there's a Jeff McNeil rookie. It is absurd how many injuries they've had this year. Like in the game last week, they had one guy in the tent and two guys waiting outside to get in the tent. And not just for the Phillies, Scott Kingery to 100. Nice one there. Not just random injuries, too. Like all their main players, other than Wentz, have gotten hurt. J. Raz, nice one. Scott Kingery to 100. They have no wide receivers. All of their wide receivers are from the practice squad, and they've played great. I mean, but they're running backs. They're on their fourth string running back who's played phenomenally, which is awesome. But I can't see them going much farther past tomorrow if they can even get through tomorrow. Kingery to 100. Camera doesn't like those mirrored cards. They're rainbow parallels, they're called. Julio chasing gold. All right, box 3. Good luck, everyone. That's the thing. I mean, I think Wentz is playing really well, and he could be okay, but he's got nobody to even throw the ball to. I mean, these kids are trying, but maybe tomorrow. But once they run into someone like New Orleans or whatever, I just can't. I can't see them being able to get in a shootout with anyone like that. Yachty gold. Is the video breaking up? Guys, I held up for a second here because it looks like the video's having problems. You guys, is it buffering on you guys? Such here's extreme. It's not receiving enough video. What in God's name does that mean?